श्याम सुंदर हमारे यार लखन को जिया लल के
श्याम सुंदर हमारो यार लखन को जिया लल के
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 श्याम सुंदर. This journey cannot be completed merely on self-effort. Your effort has its limitations. What is needed is the grace of God. That is why the Shvetashvatar Upanishad says, Tapah prabhavat deva prasadach. Your effort and God's blessings. Sri Aurobindo, in his book The Mother, he starts off from here. There are two great powers alone that can effect in their conjunction the great and difficult thing that is the aim of our endeavor. A fixed and unfailing aspiration that calls from below, and a divine grace that answers from above. So your intense effort and yearning, and to respond to that, God's Karuna Karani Shakti, the power of His grace. Now grace is an act. The formless is devoid of attributes, devoid of Shaktis. The formless cannot even grace, because grace is an attribute. It must come from the personal form. And that is why the Jnani proceeds on the basis of self-effort. This is called Markat Kishore Nyay. You know what does Markat mean? Monkey. So the Nyay gives these pithy logics. It says Markat Kishore. The monkey, the baby monkey, has the responsibility of hanging on to the mother. When the mother jumps, you see these herds of monkeys moving. So, mother will not hold the baby. You hold tight. And when it jumps, the baby has to hang on for dear life. And what will happen if it falls? I once saw this with my eyes. The monkey jumped and its baby fell off. Now, any mother in the world will have its heart melting, but the monkey mother is programmed differently by God. It looked at the baby and decided, "You're not worth living. Bye-bye." Went off. So, this is the Markat Kishore Nyay. The responsibility is with the baby monkey. On the other hand is the Marjar Kishore Nyay, the baby kitten. In the case of the baby kitten, the equation changes. Now it's the mother's responsibility. She holds on. You know how the cat holds the kitten from behind, like this. So the kitten is so delicate and so little, and yet the mother holds it so tactfully that there's no little hurt, and lifts the kitten from one place to the other. The responsibility is the mother's. In the path of bhakti, you are surrendering to God. You are saying, "My Lord, I will put on my best efforts, but my faith is not in my efforts, it is in your grace." So then God responds like the mother cat, "I'll take care of you." And in the case of Gyan, the Jnani says, "I will do it." And God says, "Most welcome. You go ahead and do it." it's like the baby monkey. Now the grace is missing in the equation. So bhakti becomes the easy path because of grace. That is why Sri Krishna says in the Gita, in the 9th chapter, we are now in the 12th. 9th chapter is Kaunteya pratijanihi name bhakta pranashyati. Arjun, declare it boldly. My devotee shall never perish. He doesn't say, na me jnani pranashyati, na me karmi pranashyati, na me yogi pranashyati. He says, na me bhakta, my devotee shall never perish. Arjun, you declare it. Arey Sri Krishna, why don't you declare it? Sri Krishna says, sometimes I break my word, but I don't allow my devotee's word to be broken. So for the sake of Bhishma, Sri Krishna had to break his word. Because Sri Krishna had resolved, in this battle, I will not lift weapons. And Bhishma said, to hell with your resolve. If I don't make you lift weapons tomorrow, I am not the son of Shantanu and Ganga. Ajujo harihina shastra gaham. This Bhishma's making a promise. Talajahu Ganga janani ko Shantanu sutta na kahau ajujo harihina shastra gaham. So Sri Krishna had to keep Bhishma's vow and break his own. So Sri Krishna says, Arjun, if I make the vow, I may break it, but if you make it, I will ensure that it is engraved in steel. So that is why this path of bhakti, by the grace of God, it is easy. And the path of jnana is how? Jnana ke pantha kripana ki dhara. It's like walking on a sword. Try walking on a sword. You know, in India, you visit a historical temple in the month of May, where it's all hot stone. How is the experience like? Remember? Now try walking on a sword's edge. Oh my God, you lift one foot, the other is cut, lift the other, the first is cut. This is the path of Gyan. This mind meditating on the formless Brahman. And how is the path of bhakti? Sarala sukhada maraga yahi bhai bhagati mori purana shruti gai. That bhakti. So, you know, the last 8 verses of this chapter are power-packed. That's why I'm going faster now, so we can actually spend time on all the qualities of devotees that Sri Krishna talks about. For now, verse 6 and 7. Ye tu sarvani karmani
ये तु सर्वाणि कर्माणि
Mai sanyasya matparaha
मयि सन्न्यस्य मत्परः
Ananyenaiva yogena
अनन्येनैव योगेन
Mam dhyayanta upasate
मां ध्यायन्त उपासते
Teshamaham samudharta
तेषाम् अहं समुद्धर्ता
Mrityu sansara sagarat
मृत्यु संसार सागरात्
Bhavami nachirat partha
भवामि न चिरात् पार्थ
Maya veshita chetasam.
Maya vishita chetasam.
Translation. But those who dedicate all their actions to me, regarding me as the supreme goal, worshipping me and meditating on me with exclusive devotion, O Parth, I swiftly deliver them from the ocean of birth and death, for their consciousness is united with me. So on one side he said the path of Gyan is very difficult. Now he's saying the path of Bhakti is so easy. The path of Bhakti is just accepting the reality that your very existence depends upon Him. Nityo nityanam chetanas chetananam eko bahunam yo vidadhati kaman. This mantra is in three major Upanishads, the Mundak Upanishad, the Kathopanishad and the Shvetarshvaratar Upanishad. It states that our soul is eternal, not by its own abilities, but because the eternal God is sitting inside, bestowing eternality upon the soul. And our soul is sentient, it has got life. Not by its own, but because the Mahachetan Bhagavan is sitting inside, bestowing it Chetana or sentience, the quality of consciousness. Now in America there is a class of philosophers called consciousness philosophers. They keep sitting and pondering, where did consciousness come from? Because matter that constitutes the body doesn't have consciousness. And the body has this quality of life. Where did it come from? So they keep on pondering, contemplating. Is it a consequence of the neural reactions or what is it? That quality of consciousness or life is coming from the soul. But the Upanishad is saying the soul doesn't have it of its own accord. The Supreme Soul is bestowing it upon the soul. So, if God were to leave us for a moment, our personality would cease to exist. It's because of Him that we are there. And that is why in Bhakti, one solid advantage is the removal of the ego. This ego is acronym for edging God out. E-G-O. Edging God out. And this ego is merely because of the forgetfulness of God. The firefly, the jugnu that radiates light, can be proud of its light at night time. But in the morning sun, can it retain its pride? How can it in front of the dazzle of the sun? Likewise, when we forget God, we think, I am like this and I am like that. And the moment God enters our awareness, where is He and where am I? It is like in the state of Odisha, the Rath Yatra is a very popular festival, the festival of chariots. When Jagannath is situated on the chariot and then pulled, and millions of people, they come on the road to witness and participate in it. And India's got stray dogs. So the devotion of the people is so much that they lay prostrate on the road in front of the chariot for hundreds of yards to offer obeisance to Bhagavan Jagannath. Just in front of the chariot, by chance, a dog happened to be present. And the dog saw all these people doing obeisance. Dog said, I am so great, they are offering pranam to me. The dog is unable to see Bhagavan is behind him. Right? Likewise, when we forget the God, we say, I am so talented, I am like this, I am like that. And moment God enters your consciousness, you say, everything I have is from Him. And if He wants, He can take it away in a moment. As the poet said, Bahare Duniya hai chand roza, न चल यहां सिर उठा उठा करके खुदा ने ऐसे हजारों नक्शे बिगाड़ डाले बना बना करके. God can lift you up in a moment and He can pull you down in a moment. So don't keep this pride. In fact, until the pride goes, we will be unable to reach the spiritual goal. And the moment the pride goes, we'll make place for God. As Saint Kabir said, जब मैं था तब हरि नहीं. As long as the ego was there, I am, God was missing. जब मैं था तब हरि नहीं. अब हरि है, मैं नाही. Now the मैं has disappeared. प्रेम गली अति सांकरी या में द्वै न समाही. The street of devotion is so sankari. If you go to Barsana and Braj, there is a sankari gali where Sri Krishna would ambush the gopis. So this sankari means very narrow. The street of love is so narrow it will not permit two personalities. Either keep your pride or keep God. So while on other paths of spirituality the pride may besiege us, in fact it may come in a bigger way. Now somebody develops riddhis and siddhis. Say, oh, I can walk on water. Oh, I can transpolate objects. But the humble devotee says, stay away from all these. They are all ammunition to increase your pride. Walk the path of humility. Besides that, on the path of bhakti, you have the protection of God who is always with you. It is a question of having faith. With faith, anything can happen. The point is, do you have faith? One little child, 4-year-old boy, he was insisting to his mummy that I need a cat. And mummy said, Beta, we will not keep any pet cats. Because she was well aware in America, the children force their parents to get the pets. And after 1 month, they are uninterested and the parents have to take care of the pets. Mummy was refusing, but the child was insistent. So mummy said, in that case, if God gives us a cat, we'll keep it. Compromise formula. So said, how will God give us? You pray to Him. The child actually believed it. Mummy is saying, pray to God and He'll give us a cat. So he walked out into the garden and he said, oh God, you are my real father. Will you please give me a cat? Mummy was watching from the doorway, what is my child doing? Within 10 seconds of his prayer, a cat came and fell on the ground. Mummy was shocked and the child was thrilled. God has listened to my prayer. This is too much. So he said, Mummy, the cat has come. Now, Mummy had given a word what to do, take the cat. And she said, I don't know how this happened, what happened. 2 months later, she was speaking to the neighbor on the neighbor's neighbor. And the matter actually got exposed that the cat had climbed up their tree and they were trying their best to shoo it off, but it was refusing to move. So they had tied a rope to one of the branches of the tree and the other side to their car. And they had started driving the car to pull the tree down so they may be able to dislodge the cat. But in the meantime, the branch itself snapped, and then the tree became a catapult and catapulted the cat there. Well, you see, the powers of God are infinite. So, Sri Krishna says that your efforts are this much. Why don't you try surrendering to me and I will augment those efforts? And this surrender, this devotion is so natural. He says you don't have to go in the Himalayas to do it. Where you are, you just start offering your works to me. Your present consciousness is, all that I do is for my sake, I am the enjoyer. Now switch it around. It is His world. You are His part and you are His servant. So see Him as the enjoyer of your works. It is not wrong to have a family. But the idea that I am the proprietor of my family is wrong. It's all God's children who have been put in my care, and I have to take care of them as a service to Him. Without that sense of ownership or proprietorship. And then you will find your whole perspective will change. Because the attachments that were coming from material consciousness will dissolve. And everything will become an act of service. So in this way, you can offer each and every work of yours. Swami Vivekananda put it so well. He said, no work is secular. We are in the habit of saying this is material work, this is spiritual work. He says, all work is devotion and worship. Earn money. All right, earn. Earn it so you can serve Him with it. There was a founder of the Methodist Church, John Mason. I forget the name, maybe Wesley is someone. He used to say to his followers, earn as much as you can, give as much as you can. So if your perspective is, I'm earning so that I can serve, now what is wrong with earning? In this way, Sri Krishna explained to Arjuna in the 9th chapter, Yat karoshi yad ashnasi yad juhosi dadasi yat. Arjuna, whatever you do it as an offering to me. So when you start doing that, Sri Krishna says, I am seated inside, I will maintain your yogakshema and lift you up from this ocean of life and death. So this is a mrityu sansar. And we have been doing punarapi jananam, punarapi mananam. Right? And we will keep on doing it. But when He intervenes, He has the ability to pull us out from it and bestow us the salvation, freedom from this cycle for the rest of eternity. So this is what He has explained. Now, what he is going to say after this will be, Arjun, do like this. Absorb your mind fully in me. If you cannot do it, then practice absorbing the mind. If you cannot even do that, then work for me. If you cannot even do that, then simply detach yourself. If you cannot even do that, then you do this. So he will give you so many options. And then after that, he will describe to you what are the qualities of devotees which you should try and cultivate in yourself. So this is what we'll be discussing in the next 3 lectures on the 12th chapter, Bhakti Yoga. Shri Krishna Chandra Bhagwan ki